Hey my Pilates people, welcome to my channel Connect and Move. My name is Jessica. Today I have for you a full body chair workout. When I say full body, I mean arms. We're gonna be doing some push-ups, definitely lower body, definitely some abs. So full body today. One thing that you will need is your sitting box or your box from your reformer, and then maybe a pad for kneeling if you need. We're not gonna do a ton, a little bit. So if you need it, right, go ahead and grab it. I only have mine on a mat because I'm not on carpeting, so my chair is gonna slide around. But other than that, we're not gonna be coming onto the floor. So you won't even need a mat. We're gonna start with one middle spring, one low spring. All right, so one middle spring, one low spring. If you have 4 settings, I would maybe go to a 2 and a 3, maybe, or maybe even a 3 and a 1. And with that being said, please honor your body. If you need to make adjustments for your body or for your equipment, right, please do so. And once you have all of your bells and whistles, right, we're gonna start off with just a little bit of footwork. All right, so having a seat on your chair, all 10 toes are gonna come on. I want you to press the pedal all the way down. You are either in like the center of the chair or maybe slightly forward. The closer forward you are, the more challenging it can be. So every toe pad is connected, heels together, toes apart. Let's go and take the arms back behind you and then think of them reaching away and down to the floor. So your collarbone's open. And now feel the lift off of your hips as you grow taller to the ceiling. And now keep the length and keep the energy into the arms. And now pull the pedal into you and then press the pedal away. Exhale, pull the pedal into you. Inhale, press it away. So if you're familiar with the mat work, right, this is your double leg stretch, right? Just a little bit of it, right? That knee pulling in, that exhale and that pull up from the abdominals, right? It's also your stomach massage too. Let's do 3 and 2. And last one, now pull the pedal all the way up and shift onto your arches, either legs zipped up or slightly apart. I want you to really work that heel driving down as you pull the pedal in, toes reach up and over. Let's come to those I Dream of Jeannie arms. Actively press your forearms into one another and feel the lift out through the crown of the head. We inhale, push the pedal down. Exhale, pull the pedal into you. Inhale, press down. Exhale, think of squeezing the back of the knees as the pedal rises up, right? It's a hamstring curl. Inhale, down. Exhale, pull the organs away from the thighs each and every time that pedal lifts up. I think this is my favorite foot position for footwork on the chair. I just feel super connected here. Let's do 2 and 1. Now let's slide onto those heels. Once again, either legs zipped up or slightly apart. Switch up the arm position, right? So again, arms pressing into one another, flex the 10 toes, push the pedal away on that inhale, exhale, pull the pedal in. So think of the pedal not just going up and down, but also going in and out. All right, so there's a point where it starts to arc, and that's where you really got to work that pull of the heels into your seat. Upper back is strong. We've got 3 and 2 and 1. Now I want you to press the pedal all the way down. Keep the heels on. Interlace the webbing of the fingers. Hands go behind the base of your skull. Traction the head up and into the hands. Elbows are wide, but kind of turned up, almost like angel or butterfly wings. And now pedal stays down, side bend up and over to the right. Lift that left elbow up high, high, high. And then stack your spine back up and over to the left. Feel like you're sliding the pedal across the room. And then back up. Inhale up and over. And then exhale back up. Again, inhale up and over. Exhale, back up. All right, go ahead and take the arms down, float the pedal up. We're gonna spin you around now. Now, if at any point you need head or neck support, you can come down onto the floor, right? Or you can always take your hands behind your head or even hold onto your legs, okay? We're gonna skip the 100 today, but we are gonna do series of 5. So we lie back, hips are on the chair. Bring your right knee into your chest, left leg shoots out long. Push that right shin up and into your hands. And now switch. And switch. Let those inner thighs graze each other as they pass in space, working to keep everything super stable and those shoulder blades trying to lift up away from the floor. For 2 and 1. Now hold the one leg out there. I have my left leg out. Now I'm gonna bend that left knee, scoop that left toes down to the floor, and then pull the knee in. It's kind of like a bicycle. Right knee bends, I'm gonna reach it down to the floor, get that thigh stretch, or maybe even a foot cramp I just got there. Scoop it down and away. Down and away. You're scooping something up with that big toe. Oh, my right leg's not going down there. Let's do 2 and 1. Now bring both knees into your chest. Grab onto the back of the legs. Press the legs out to that working angle as your hands slide down. Now hold here. I want you to use your arms and your upper back to maybe curl up a little bit higher. And now can you keep the chest lift as your knees come all the way back in? Try not to drop down. Press the legs back out. Hold on to those legs. And then bend the knees back in. Again, press those legs out. Now, can you keep the chest exactly where it's at? Reach the arms up to the sky, maybe back behind you, and open the arms out wide, then to your thighs, and then hug everything all the way back in. Again, press those legs out. Squeeze your inner thighs together. Arms lift up, maybe back behind you, out to the side, then to your thighs, maybe curl up a little bit higher as the knees come all the way back in. Last one here, press those legs out, hold. Think of them pressing down into those hands. Good. Arms go up, out to the sides, then to your thighs, and then resist as they come all the way back in. Shoot those legs straight up to the ceiling. Grab onto your right leg as your left leg lowers down, maybe below the plane of the hip, and switch. And switch. Now when you're here, it's kind of a combination of a push with the leg, but a pull with the arms. If you like that pulsing action, right, you do you. Keep trying to lift the collarbones up for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring your knees into your chest, rock yourself up. We're gonna come seated again, heels onto the pedal. I know I said series of 5, we're gonna come back to it. Sometimes crisscross in the very beginning is just brutal. So we're gonna do a couple things to kind of loosen up the spine a bit. Interlace the webbing of the fingers. Hands go behind the base of your skull. We are still hip socket distance apart, all right? So from here, I want you to lift and twist to the left. Keep the head pushing back into the hands. Keep sliding the pedal across the room. We lift and twist back through center, over to the right. Elbows go wide, and then back to center. Now we lift and twist to the left. Your right elbow, it's gonna go up and over to your right knee as your abdomen pulls back, 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 and then stack your spine all the way up. Again, oh, this feels so good. Twist to the right. Left elbow, left knee. Pull those ribs back, keep pushing the head into the hands, and then stack all the way up. Again, we go to the left. Now I want you to bring your right elbow to your left knee, and your head goes right to the center of the legs, and then stack all the way back up. Last one like this. Left elbow, right knee, head to the center line of your body. Pull those ribs back, pull the stomach back, and then stack all the way up. We're gonna build. Once again, we lift and twist to the left. Now as we go up and over, you lift your left knee up to your right elbow, push the pedal away like crazy, and then pull your belly away from that left thigh, and then come all the way back down. Again, lift and twist. Pull back through the stomach, push into that pedal like crazy, 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 and then back down. One more time each side. Up and over. Think elbow to knee, but head to the center line of your body, and then back to center. Last one here, I promise. Pull back, twist, 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 and then back to center. All right, we have our lower end lift, our straight leg stretch, whatever you want to call it, and our crisscross. So we lie back. Interlace the webbing of those fingers. Hands behind your head. Curl the head, neck, and shoulders up, but keep the head pushing back. Straighten the legs up to the ceiling. You have one solid leg. Lower them down and away. Reach them across the room, and then lift them back up. Feel like you're pushing your feet into straps. Elbows are wide. and lift back up. Again, send those legs down and away, and then lift back up. Again, send the legs down and away, hold. Bring your right knee into your chest. Lift up and twist to the right, and then through center. Right armpit, left knee, and then center, up and over. Keep pushing the head back and into the hands, y'all. I'm gonna stop talking because these are so tough. Find the midline of your body, y'all. For 4, and 3, and 2, and 1. Bring the knees in. Rock and roll yourself up to a seated position. Whew. Shake it out. Okay, we're gonna drop the spring down. Your lowest spring, you're gonna take it off. So you're gonna be left with one middle spring. If you're on one of those exo chairs, I would say definitely leave the number 3 spring on, or the spring on the number 3. Alrighty, so a little bit of swan or extension from the top. I'm gonna place my hips on top of the chair, press the pedal all the way down. Hands are just a hair past your, shoulders are just a hair past your hands, all right? So if you can, I want you to zip the legs up together, find parallel. If the low back starts to bother you, just open up the legs a little bit, no worries. So I want you to float the pedal up just one little baby inch. All right, when you're here, I want you to feel your tailbone lengthen to your feet, your pubic bone drive down into the mat, and those upper abdominals lift up away from the floor. Think of pulling that pedal apart so your collarbone's open. Now, can you keep all these 1,000 things? And now bend your elbows in narrow, and then push the pedal away. Bend the elbows in narrow, and push it away. Each time you pull the pedal in, I want you to feel like you're pulling your upper body forward to that wall in front of you. So armpits slide back to your hips. Think of the lats. Again, those armpits are pulling the elbows back. Let's do 2. And 1, arms go straight. Fire up through those legs if you lost it. I feel like I'm losing that connection today. Now pull the pedal into you as you lift the chest. Lift the chest, lift the chest, and then lengthen back down. All right, again, think length over height when we get into extension here. Tailbone stays long, and then lower back down. Find your upper back muscles to roll that chest open, and then back down. Legs are solid and at the party. You have 2. And the last one, come all the way down. And then let's go ahead and shimmy you off. Pedal's gonna float up. Okay, a little bit of toy soldier or a little roll down with a twist, right? Whatever you wanna call it. So I'm gonna start, right, pedals in front of me. My left leg is in line with the base of the chair, still staying on the same spring. My feet are about hip socket distance apart. I'm gonna reach my arms up to the ceiling, take a big breath in, and then on your exhale, nod your chin, round up and over. Your left hand is gonna come to the pedal. Your right hand is gonna come to the pedal. Left arm is gonna sweep back. And we're gonna press the pedal down. And then once you go down to your end range, allow your body to twist, and maybe the pedal could go a little bit further. And then turn your head over that left shoulder and look up to the ceiling. And now sweep the arm back down. Pedal comes up just to where your body's square to the floor. And then again, kind of round up and over. Let your body twist. Let that arm reach down to the floor and then back to center. Keep those inner thighs at the party and keep those hips stacked right over your feet. Once the pedal is up, just go ahead and curl the tailbone under, arms come with you, and stack everything up tall, arms come down. Alrighty. Now I'm gonna take a little step over to where my right foot, the midline of my body is in line with the base of the chair. All right. So we're gonna do our push-ups here. If at any point you need to come down to your knees, right, please do so. So again, reach the arms up to the ceiling, take a big breath in, and then on your exhale, nod your chin. My right hand is gonna come to the pedal, okay? Don't push it down just yet. Left hand out to the side. Step your feet back behind you. Find plank and hold here. Just hold strong. The closer the legs are together, the harder this is gonna be. Press the pedal down and then lift it back up. Press the pedal down and lift it back up. Square your body off. Now press the pedal all the way down. Can you bend your elbows? Give me a push up and then back up. We just did it on top of the chair. We only have 3. And up, hold strong, last one. Press it up. I want you to lift the pedal up first, then pike the hips up, walk the feet in. I almost forgot it. And then roll yourself all the way up. All right, we have the other side to do. So my right side, right leg is in line with the base of the chair for our little twist or toy soldier. So feel your tailbone drop down to your heels, reach the arms up to the ceiling, big breath in, exhale, round up and over. Right, it's your standing roll up. Press the pedal down, right arm goes up to the ceiling. Feel like your arms are being pulled in 2 different directions. Turn your head, look over that top shoulder, and then come back down. Again. If you need to find more of an inner thigh connection here, bring the legs together, right? Try that. Keep that tailbone rounding towards your heels. And now find square. Pedal floats up, arms come with you, come all the way up. All right, so now I'm gonna step over a little bit. And I think on the other side, I said midline of the body in line with the center of the chair, but I found like I wanted to move over a little bit. So I'm gonna try with my left leg in line with the base of the chair now. Remember, pedal stays up. Arms reach up to the ceiling, take a big breath in, and then exhale, nod the chin. Pedal stays up, right hand down, step your feet back. Find plank and pause here. Maybe take a look at your legs, your hips, your belly. See that it's square to the floor. We push the pedal down and then lift it back up. Press it down and back up. Down and back up. Now press it down. Feel like you're pulling your body forward as your elbows bend. And then lift back up. Bend and lift back up. Keep strong in those legs. Bend, lift back up, pedal goes up, pike the hips up, tiptoe, walk the feet in, and then roll yourself all the way up. Arms come up to the ceiling and then down by your sides. Nice work. All right, so now I want you to grab your box, right? You're gonna place it like so in front of your chair. I have it about 3 to 4 inches away from the base of my chair, right? Might be different for everybody. And we're gonna stay on the same spring. So I want you to come kneeling onto the box. I mean, I've given myself a little bit of space so I don't fall off, right? I am now going to take my left leg out to the side, right? So the pedal's to my right here so I can face you for this first bit. I'm gonna push my right shin down into the box. My left foot is flexed, okay? I'm gonna reach my left arm up to the ceiling. My right arm's gonna reach down towards the pedal. I'm gonna side bend up and over. Find the pedal and just pause here. Don't press it down just yet. Can you reach your right hip forward a little bit more? So this really wants to happen, right? The hip wants to sit back. Now hug the box with your inner thighs and now keep side bending up and over. Push the pedal down and feel energy out through that left heel. And then stack your spine back up just to where the springs close. Again, up and over. And then back up. Keep hugging the box with your inner thighs to help you, right, find stability. Now, I want you to tip over, maybe like half that much. And now, could you hover that left leg up? Just hover it up and just find balance. I don't care what you do with your top hand. We're just working on finding balance here, right? So, even if you don't feel like you have it, because I'm a little wobbly right now, can you sweep your top leg forward a little bit? And then sweep it back. All right, sweep it forward and then sweep it back. Keep your tailbone long and your pubic bone going forward. That's gonna help you try to stay out of your back and more into your booty and your hips. If you're feeling a little bit more steady, hand can go behind the head for 2 and 1. Now bring the leg back in line with your body. Point out through the toes. Can you do little circles? I don't know what shape I'm making, but it's a shape, right? It's moving for 2 and 1. Hold here and then reverse, right? So obviously this moving leg is trying to challenge the rest of your body and it's saying, how stable can you be while I do this thing out here? Woo, for 3, and 2, and 1. Now lower that leg down, hug the box, flex that foot, left arm goes up to the ceiling, and now stack your spine all the way up. Let's do the other side. Every side is different. So again, drop your tailbone down, right leg is gonna go out, flex that foot, press your left shin down, right arm comes up to the ceiling, or sorry, kind of at your ear, and I'm gonna lift up and over. So I'm thinking of my ribs lifting up to the ceiling as my left arm presses down, and now hug the box even more to come back up to where the springs close. Again, up and over, and then back up. And something I didn't say on the other side, make sure that your hand is in line with your left knee. If anything, have it forward as opposed to being back. Now, press the pedal down about like half that way. Can you now hover the leg up? Find balance. Again, think pubic bone forward. Hopefully you felt your hips kick on a little bit more. I know I did. Now, can you stabilize and sweep the leg forward and then sweep it back? Sweep it forward and sweep it back. Now, if at any point you're like, oh my gosh, this pedal is way too unstable for me, you can always take your hand on top of the chair, right? You can always do this. Definitely getting more range here, right? But why not? Why not just go to a place where it's not super, super pretty, right? This is where growth happens. Think of that heel reaching away from your hips. For 2, pubic bone forward, y'all. Last one, bring the leg back in line with your body, point out through those top toes, little circles. Focus more on the top part of the circle than the bottom part. Chest is open, gaze is forward. For 3, hang in there with me, y'all. Last one, hold here. Maybe lift it up a little bit higher and then reverse those circles. Holy cannoli, definitely my weaker side. Feeling very, very off. For 3 and 2 and 1, lower the leg down, flex the foot, hug the box, and then come all the way back up tall. Okie dokie. So now, before we get into the next series, we're gonna place that other spring on the lowest rung. So right now I have a middle spring on and a low spring on. I'm gonna come kneeling once again, okay? And I am now going to take my right toes up onto the pedal. I'm gonna press it down. All right, so pedal is down, my right heel is lifted. Now, could I stack my spine up here, press my left shin down? So right now, I'm thinking like, chest expansion from the mat, maybe a thigh stretch sensation. I don't care what you do with the arms, but could you float the pedal up and then lower it back down? Float the pedal up and then back down. It is your standing leg pumps, right? But now we're just shortening the chain. I am pressing down like crazy through my left shin, and I'm thinking of pulling the pedal into me as it goes up and down. You can always take your hands to the chair and do this as well, right? Think right hip spiraling back, left hip spiraling forward. I tested these earlier and I felt way more stable than I do right now. Last one, press the pedal down. Now take your hands to the top of the chair if they're not already there. Tuck those back toes under. Straighten both legs. Hold right here, okay? Think of, again, that right hip going back, left hip going forward. My spine is rounded like crazy. Stand strong in that back leg. Now, your front knee, let it bend, lift the pedal up, and then press the pedal down. There's your single leg stretch. Exhale, pull the knee in. Inhale, press it down. Exhale, pull the knee in. Inhale, press it down. Now push into those arms like crazy so your sternum lifts up into your back and your upper abdominals pull away from the floor. We have 2. Last one, press the pedal down. Now I want you to step your left foot up on top of the chair, okay? Can you stack your spine up tall here? Think of your legs like a pair of scissors. I'm pulling my left leg back, my right leg is gonna go forward. I don't care what you do with the arms. Can you rise up? Can you rise up like going up front? Yep. and then lower the pedal back down. I apologize. I know my head's being caught up at the top. So here's that pull of the chair into you with that front leg, and the back leg is pulling the pedal in. Let's do 2 more here. Left leg on fire. Last one. Come all the way down with control. Take your hands down to the chair. Take your left foot down. Step your right leg back, right? As you come down to that right knee, can you keep the pedal down? And now pause here. So once again, feel like your left leg is pulling back, right leg's kind of going forward, trying to keep your spine stacked, and now pedal lifts up, and then pull it into you, press down. I know what it was. I tested it out on this side. Feel way more stable. Or not. It's very interesting when we shorten that closed chain, because when I do these standing, I feel very, very stable, but here, definitely more challenging. Think every toe pad, right, connected to that pedal, trying to keep that left heel lifted. And hopefully you're starting to just connect into your left seat, left hip a little bit more. Let's do 3 and 2, right? It's the same thing we just did up here. And last one, press the pedal down. Take your hands down to the top of the chair, tuck your back toes under, straighten your legs. Just like your back splits on the reformer, right? Finds this spiraling hip back, right hip forward. Lift the sternum up, bend the knee in, press the pedal away. So back leg stays razor straight like it's pushing something behind you. And this energy into the arms is what you need for your 100. It's what you need for the pull-up, which is right what we're gonna do after this. Keep pulling that pedal into you for 2. And 1, press the pedal all the way down. Take your right foot up on top of the chair. Rise up if you can. Do whatever you'd like with the arms. Feel your right hip kind of draw down, left hip kind of lift up. And now we rise up, rise up, rise up, and then lower back down. Not only are the legs pulling in towards one another, but the inner thighs are drawing in towards your midline. So think 3-dimensional energy with your legs. Crown of the head stays on the ceiling, so think of getting taller each time you descend back down. Hang in there, y'all. Full body here for 3 and 2 and last one. Whew. Lower all the way down. Take your hands down to the chair. Take your feet down. And if you have enough room, just kick that box a little bit away from you. And now just come onto your toes and just give yourself a quick prance. Sway the hips. Okay, let's now come Pilates V. Again, all 10 toes are on. Hands are to the back edge of the chair. Palms can be facing in or like in towards one another, or they can be facing towards you. You pick. I want you to push into your arms like crazy. Round your spine. So feel the tailbone drop, feel the upper abdominals lift up into your back. Exhale out all of your breath here. We're gonna do an inhale. Inhale as you float the pedal up, 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 and then exhale, deepen the rounding as you come back down. Inhale floats you up. Exhale, curl the tailbone under even more. Inhale up. Exhale, lower down. Inhale up, breathe into those back ribs. Exhale, down, down, down. Twist your lower body to the left so your right foot is on. I'm gonna hook my left foot around my right ankle, right foot. I'm gonna reposition my hands so they're kind of like a split position here. I'm gonna wing the left knee out wide. I'm gonna try my best to keep it there. We'll see. Drop your head down, round your spine, and now we lift the pedal up this way. Lift, 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 and then lower back down. Again, wing that left knee out. There's your snake foot. And then down, down, down. 2 more here, y'all. Push into those arms. Lift the sternum up away from the floor. And then down. Last one. Right hip forward, y'all. Right hip forward. And then back down. We pivot. Make sure those left toes are forward. All right, so it's a big twist in the spine. Wing your right knee out. Just like your side kick kneeling. Think of your left hip going forward, because boy, oh boy, it wants to go back, right? Again, try to lift the pedal up, 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 and then down, down, down. It's a lot of hip work, y'all, along with stomach. Use whatever breath pattern you like here. Last one, push, 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 and come all the way down. Pivot. Face the chair. Maybe you come down onto your elbows just for a little extra stretch. Little extra sway in the hips. All right. Come up onto those hands. Step off with control or float the pedal up with control. All right. All right, so we are done with the box. We're gonna stay on these same springs, okay? Have a seat on your chair. You're gonna be facing the pedal. I'm gonna come onto all 10 toes, heels together, toes apart. Place my hands at this front edge, okay? Pedal's gonna stay down, all right? Pin those heels together, and of course, if you don't like turn out, you can always go parallel, all right? So heels stay lifted. I'm gonna push down into my arms like crazy, slide my hips off and pause here. I'm gonna think of rolling my chest open like my elbows were trying to pin back behind me. And I'm just gonna hold strong here for a second, all right? So think of squeezing the back of the arms, maybe lifting up a little bit taller. And now keep the length in your spine. And now bend your elbows narrow and then press yourself back up. Bend the elbows in narrow. Use your legs for assist if you need. And then back up. Bend the elbows in narrow. Press yourself up. Now hold here. Could you lift the pedal up? Kind of like your footwork, right? Now the pedal moves with you. Elbows bend. And then back up. Elbows bend and back up. And if you're like, girl, no, just keep the pedal down, right? Go back to these little tricep dips, right? 2 more here. Last one. Now we hold with straight arms. Let's pump the pedal. Why not? Keep your tailbone long. Keep those heels lifted. We have 3, chest open, 2, and 1. Press the pedal down. Dive the head forward, round your spine. Now we're set up for tendon stretch, okay? So it's a little bit lighter spring than I personally like to do, but you know what, we're here, let's do it. So just like your pull-up or your pike, lift the sternum up, wrap through the back of the legs. Can you lift the pedal up with straight legs? Lift, lift, and then back down. Exhale, lift, 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 and then back down. 2 more times here, y'all. Pull back through the stomach, push down through the arms, and then down. Last one. Lift, 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 and back down. Place the hips down. Shake it out. Way to finish strong. We are now, I'm gonna drop off that light spring or the spring that was on the bottom. I'm gonna have a seat on the chair. Pedal goes all the way down to the floor. Right ankle over your left knee. Sit up tall. Find a stretch down through that right hip. Now, if you'd like, you can let the pedal rise up and then back down. So let the pedal lifting and lowering just get you deeper into that stretch. You can always add a little lean to the left. That might change the stretch. And then stack back up, right heel down, left ankle over your right knee. Just kind of play around with where you need to go, right? It might be forward, it might be in a twist. Every side is different. Oh yeah, but that pedal lifting up is definitely where I need to go today. And I appreciate you today. It was a little bit faster than what I normally take it. So not as much setup, but this was fun. We should do it again sometime. I appreciate you being here today. I hope you got something from it, and I'll see you next time.